welcome along. Today I am going to be doing a Pilates session with you all. It'll roughly last about 45 minutes. For those that haven't done Pilates and this is your first time, welcome. For those that are familiar with Pilates and that have been doing it for a while, just join in. I'll be offering some regressions for those that are doing it for the first time or maybe just beginning. For those that have been doing it, I'll offer some progressions as well to the exercises and the movements. Just work through each of the movements at your own pace. If you need to take any little breaks at all, feel free to step out and step back in when you feel ready. So all you'll need for this session is your mat. And as you can see, I have my water. Some people might like to have a little cushion as well to support the head. Some clients feel a little cushion helps, so you can grab a cushion if you have one. Just before we start, I'd like you all to have A, B and C, the three letters, just in the forefront of your mind. So keep those letters at the forefront. I'll explain more as we get started. So again, A. The A, folks, is for activation. So just before we start any of the movements, it's very important that we activate our core muscles. So our core muscles are our abdominal muscles at the front, the muscles in our glutes, which is your bottom, and it's important during Pilates that those are switched on throughout all the movements. So just going to take you through a couple of teaching points that I find helps activate all the core muscles. So as we're standing in a nice neutral stance, spine nice and long, roll your shoulders up, backwards and down. Your two hip bones situated at the top of your thighs. I just want you to imagine that you're bringing them in towards each other. So the distance between them, imagine now you're just trying to draw them in towards each other. Okay, that's the first point. The second point, as you're doing that now, imagine your belly button. Just start to draw it down towards your hips. Should hopefully feel a little tightening in the stomach area. That's your abdominal muscles starting to engage. And the third point is your two bum muscles. Just squeeze them gently. Okay, so one is your two hip bones, you're drawing them in towards each other. Two is your belly button, you're drawing it down towards your hips. And then three, the third and final one, is a gentle squeeze on your backside. Okay, so you should feel, hopefully, as you've done those three things, should feel just a little bit tighter around this midsection of your body. And again, your shoulders are back and down, your spine's nice and long. So imagine yourself quite tall. You're balanced. You're centered in the middle, the center of your feet. Okay. Turn the palms out. There we go. We're activated. Your B is for your breathing. In Pilates, it's breathe in to prepare before the movement, and then we breathe out as we carry out the movement. So you're going to hear me coach breathing in to prepare and breathing out as we move. But just to start, just for mobilization at the start of this session, we'll just center ourselves, we'll activate, and we'll just focus on taking some nice big deep breaths. So, activate. Deep breath in through our nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Big inhale. exhale. Good. If you're struggling to feel your breath, you can place your hands on the side of your ribs. Breathe in. Feel those ribs expand and breathe out. Feel the chest, just relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Just keep taking those nice deep breaths yourselves. If you find it helpful, you can close your eyes. That brings me on to our C. C is for concentration. You'll soon realise that Pilates requires a great deal of concentration, particularly on your breath and through the movements. So if it helps you concentrate that little bit more now, when we're starting the session, close your eyes. Draw your hip bones closer together. Draw the belly button down towards your hips and a gentle squeeze in the muscles in your backside. The spine is nice and long. You're feeling those ribs expand out as you breathe in and then relax as you breathe out. Excellent. So just a little bit of mobilization to start. As we breathe in now, you're going to lift your left arm up over your head towards the right hand side. As you breathe out, you're going to bring it down. Change sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep your core activated. Imagine a pane of glass in front of you and a pane of glass behind you. Try not to touch the glass. So you're moving the arm up and across. Breathing out as we come down. Well done. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Excellent. Cross your arms over. One arm on top of the other. Keep your eyes fixed on your wrist. If you have a watch on, keep the eyes fixed on the watch. Just ensure that your wrist stays in line with your chest and your hips stay forward. So we're going to rotate to the side now. We're going to take a big deep breath in before we move. And on your exhale, you're just going to rotate to the right hand side. Breathe in at this point and breathe out, rotating to the opposite side. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep those hips facing forward. Keep the gentle squeeze in your backside. Just a little bit of mobilization around your hips before we start. You mean to say we haven't started yet? One more inhale. And on your next exhale, just return to center. Well done. Shake of the arms, shake of the legs. So our first movement is what we call the roll down. Basically, you're flexing at your spine and you're going to roll down towards your feet with your hands. I'm going to demonstrate from the side so you can see. So just keep watching for the minute and then we'll do it together. So your neutral stance, again, roll your shoulders, activate your core, draw the hip bones together, draw the belly button down, gentle squeeze in your bum. Your arms are out in front. Imagine your spine now as a bicycle chain. Okay, so think as a bicycle chain. There's a little bit of weight in that. As we're flexing and working our way towards the ground, you want to do it slowly, smoothly, under control. So we take a big deep breath in to prepare. As we breathe out, our chin comes into our chest. At this point we breathe in, and on our ascent we're breathing out, keeping the core activated all the way up till our starting position once again. So hopefully you picked up from watching the video there now that you've seen my spine, the top, then the middle of my spine, and then the lower part of your spine, all one by one. Imagine that bicycle chain, and one link at a time you're curving your spine down. So let's get ourselves set up. We'll do it together. Activate the cores. Arms out in front, thumbs facing up. Deep breath in. Breathe out, tuck your chin into your chest. Keep breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. Curve the spine down. At the bottom, take a deep breath in. Breathing out. Coming all the way back up, under control. Well done. Thumbs up. Breathe in. Breathe out. So again, don't feel you have to keep looking at the screen and watch where I am. You just work through it at your own breath, at your own pace. If I'm saying breathe in and you're breathing out on the way down, don't be alarmed. Don't feel you have to stop and look at the video and find out what point I'm at. Just you keep your concentration, focus on your breathing, and remember the A for activation. Keep that activation. Get nice flexion on our spine here. Anyone feeling tight up the back of their legs and their hamstrings, you might get a little bit of tightness there also. If the knees are slightly bending on the way down, that's not a problem. Just focus on your spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. All the way back up. Once you've finished the movement, little shake. If you need a drink of water, grab a drink of water. So we're going to progress the roll down now into a walkout. So I'm going to demonstrate from the side. I'm going to start at the back of my mat. So the movement's the same. However, this time we're going to keep our hands down and we're going to walk our hands out to the top of the mat into a high plank. So I'll demonstrate. Take a little watch of the video. I'll demonstrate for us all and then we'll all do it together. So activation, arms out in front, deep breath in to prepare. Breathing out. Rolling down. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, walking the hands forward, keeping the core activated, shoulders over the wrists. Breathing in, breathing out, walking the hands in to the low point of our roll down. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out as we come back up. So we'll have a little go at that. Position yourselves at the bottom of your mats, neutral spine. Activate our cores, squeeze our bum, arms out in front, deep breath in, breathe out, roll down. Breathe in at the bottom, walking the hands forward, keeping your core activated, shoulders over the hands, deep breath in. Breathing out, walking the hands back in towards the feet, keep the core activated. Deep breath in and rolling back up. Good. Concentrating on that roll up as well as the roll down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathe in, breathe out, roll down. Breathe in, walk the hands forward, high plank, shoulders over the hands. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Good, nice controlled movements, no rushing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, walk the hands forward. Breathe in, breathe out, walk the hands in. Breathe in. As we're breathing out, roll up. Good. Next time we roll down, we're staying in our high plank. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Did he say we're staying here? We are. Squeeze your bum. Draw your hip bones in closer together. Draw the belly button down towards your hips. Good. Breathe. On our next exhale, we're going to lower our knees nice and gently. Breathe in. Slowly bringing the knees down towards the mat. Well done. So, moving into some movements now on our 4-point kneeling position. So we're on all fours. Grab a little sip of water, folks, if you need it. Starting to get warmer now. So again, the first one we're going to focus on is the cat. Some of you might be familiar with this. Our starting position, your knees are going to be directly under your hips. Your shoulders are going to be directly over your wrists. And you're going to have your core muscles activated again. Squeeze your bum, draw your hips together, draw the belly button down in towards your hips. Your back's nice and straight, it's nice and flat. You're breathing in now to prepare. You're breathing out. You're tucking your chin into your chest and you're pushing the middle of your back up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathing out. Push your bum back, look forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're going to create a little U in your back. So breathing in to prepare. Breathing out. Breathe in. Breathing out. So again, just work through that at your own pace. You don't have to look at the video. You can breathe in to prepare. You can breathe out to move. Just a little bit more flexion and extension in our spine. As the head looks forward, imagine you've a tray of water on your lower back and you're looking to tilt and tip the water towards your shoulders. As you're tucking the chin into the chest and you're pushing the middle of your back up, imagine you're tipping the water over your backside. So you're looking for that tilt in your pelvis. Remember, exhale through the movement. to prepare. Good. One more inhale. One more exhale and just return to your starting position. Hopefully that feels okay for you all. Moving on now to tabletop. In tabletop, we extend our left arm with our right leg. Okay? As demonstrated. So same starting position. Activate. Breathe in. Exhale. Extend your left arm with your right leg. Push the right hand and the left knee into the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring it back. Changing sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. If for any reason any of you feel a little off balance doing this, you can keep the back foot on the mat and just slide the foot down the mat. As you're lifting the arm, the opposite foot stays down. It doesn't come up. Keep everything activated, keep everything switched on. Concentrate. Now you're starting to realise why I said earlier it requires a great deal of concentration, particularly with the breathing. Another little tip for you is doing this as you're working away with your own breaths. The hand and the knee that's in the mat, imagine there's a line between the two of them. So your opposite hand and your opposite knee that's in the mat. Imagine there's a line between the two of them. Try and shorten the line. You're just going to imagine you're shortening it. So push your hand and your knee in towards the mat and draw them in towards each other. You'll just hopefully feel a little extra core engagement as you do that. Little tip for you. Good, just finishing off with one more on each side. Well done. Have a little rest back on the heels. Take a sip of water if you need it. How are we feeling? 20 minutes in, okay? Doing well. So, warmed up the spine, flexed and extended, little bit of mobility around our hips. We're just going to continue that with a little rotational movement. This is thread the needle. So I'm going to turn this mat around so you can see the demonstration. Probably best if I face forward. So same starting position, 4-point kneeling position. Shoulders over the hands, knees underneath our hips. We've activated everything before we start. We take a deep breath in before we start. As we exhale this time, your right hand comes underneath your left arm. The shoulder goes down towards the mat. We breathe in. We breathe out as we're coming back up. Remember, breathe in to prepare, breathe out to move. Breathe in. Then we breathe out and we go across to the opposite side. Breathe in, breathe out. So, I'm not going to keep saying breathe in, breathe out this time if you're working away at your own pace. I'll just do that for the demonstration. Get yourself set up. Knees underneath the hips, shoulders over the hands. Activate the core. Only go down as far as you feel comfortable. If you have any yoga bricks at home, you can place a yoga brick underneath your chest and rest your shoulder on the brick. Just going to feel a nice little stretch on the outside of your hip as you're doing this. And again, please folks, as I say, don't overstretch or don't go too far down. Just go to the point where you feel comfortable. Well done. One more on each side. Keep your core activated. Keep concentrating on your breathing. A, B, C. Well done. Once you have one more on each side done, nice and slowly, just sitting back on your heels for a little stretch. Tuck the head down in towards the knees, walk the arms forward, relax and breathe. This is nice. I heard Pilates was hard. It's not too bad. So, that's the activation and the mobilization. Pretty much at the start, I like to do maybe 10 or 15 minutes work on just concentrating our activation, our breathing and our mobilization. Some simple movements like that. Big part of Pilates, however, is the strengthening of your core. So you've heard me talk about the core at the start. Abs, yeah, bum muscles, a lot of strength work around our hips, yeah. The stronger your core muscles are, the less stress is going to be on the likes of your lower back, okay. So we're just going to go into a few nicely simple sort of core strengthening exercises just for this video. Maybe in the next one then we'll progress on. So we'll be lying on our backs to start. Again, I'm going to use my pillow, which is my towel. If you have a cushion or a pillow at the house, you can use it. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. So on our backs now, nothing changes apart from the fact that we're lying down. And what I mean by that is we still activate. Draw your hips together. Draw your belly button down towards your hips. Feel your lower back press into the mat. Okay, so already just by doing those three things, you've activated, you've switched on the muscles in your stomach. So, take the hands to the outside of our temples. We're going to do a nice basic Pilates crunch. We breathe in. As we breathe out, we peel our head and our shoulders and our upper back off the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly allow the spine to return to the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. In at the top. And as we're breathing out, remember the bicycle chain that we spoke about earlier? You're setting it back on the mat. Push your lower back into the mat. Draw your hip bones together and gently squeeze your bum. For anyone that has done Pilates before and they're finding this just okay, lift your legs to 90 degrees. Makes it slightly more difficult. For those that still don't feel that challenging enough, you can straighten out the legs. Keep pushing your lower back into the mat. Keep concentrating on your breathing. How many is that? Breathe in, one more. Breathe out. rotate down. Now nice and gently, those with their feet in the air, bend the knees, bring it down onto the mat. Bring your knees and ankles together. Arms across the chest in crucifix position. We're going to do some hip rolls now. So activate your core, breathe in. As we breathe out, keeping your two knees connected, lower them down to the right hand side. Those with the feet on the ground will feel their left foot peel off the mat or the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the knees together across to the left hand side. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you feel comfortable with the movement with your feet on the ground, you can stay there. Anyone that wants to, take your feet off the ground, knees at 90 degrees. Keep the knees connected and the ankles connected. Try to keep both shoulders pinned in the mat. If you find when you're rotating to the right hand side, the left shoulder's coming up slightly, just hold there, that's the point. Your hips might be very tight. Keep the activation, remember. You're doing well with your breathing, well done. Keep concentrating. A, B, C. On your next exhale, just return the knees back to the center. Those with their feet in the air, just place them down nice and safely. Adding a little rotation to the crunches now. So let's re-engage your core. Let's activate everything again. Hands in the temples. This time we're bringing our right elbow across to the left knee. Those people beginning, keep your feet on the ground. Those that want to raise the knees and feet off the mat, do so if you wish. So deep breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Well done. Opposite side. So it's just a little rotation now from the crunch we done before this. You're just adding in a little rotation. Work at your own pace. If it gets too difficult, remember you can keep your feet, you can return your feet back down to the mat. Take a little drink if you need it. Take a little rest. Join back in when you feel ready. Keep the eyes, if anyone's feeling this on their neck, keep your eyes fixed on the ceiling to keep your spine long. Some people may be looking at their knees or their thighs and find that they're getting tension in around the neck. Again, with the knees bent to 90 degrees, if you're not feeling that, straighten out the legs. You definitely feel that. I'm going to try too. Should be really feeling those abs now. One more. Slowly bending the knees, coming down, lengthening the legs out. Arms by the side. Little shake. Rest. Good. How's that? So we done some basic crunches. We done some hip rolls, and then we done a little progression on the crunch. We added in a little rotation. So we're going to progress it on a little further now. We're going to do another little set of the hip rolls. Again, if it felt nice, if it felt good for you with your feet on the ground, possibly using a pillow or a cushion, you continue with the hip rolls where you are. If during the first set you found, I could maybe try the feet up, try them up. If it still feels nice, continue with that. If it doesn't, just bring the feet back down. Okay, you can always regress. So, arms crucifix position, knees and ankles together. Activate the core, push the lower back into the mat. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Slowly lowering the knees down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Breathe in. As we're breathing out, we're bringing across to the other side. So, nice little movement for anyone that's particularly tight in around your hips. Aim to keep your thighs and your knees and your ankles together as you're doing this. Aim to keep both shoulders pinned in the mat. On our next exhale, let's return the knees to center. Well done. So, progressing our crunch now into our crisscross. The Pilates term for it is crisscross. However, you'll probably be more familiar with a bicycle crunch. Probably have seen this in other classes or other coaches are using it as the bicycle crunch. But the official Pilates term is crisscross. So we're going to set ourselves up again on our backs, head resting, activating our core. This time the progression is we're simply going to extend one leg. So we started with our crunch, we then added a little rotation with the knees at 90 degrees or the feet in the mat. Now we're going to extend one leg. You can do this with keeping one foot on the ground. So I'll demonstrate. So if you've heard me say that and you want to take a look now. Activate, breathe in, breathe out. So as you can see, that right foot has stayed in the mat as I'm lifting up. And the same on the opposite side. Hope you can all see that. If anyone wants to lift the knees to 90 degrees, keep both feet on the mat. As you're breathing out, you're going to extend that leg forward. And then on the exhale, you're going to just switch sides so your heels are staying off the mat. Okay, so get ourselves set up. If you were taking a little look at the demonstration, we're back down. Starting position, whether your feet's on the mat or your knees are 90 degrees, feet off the mat. Draw the hips together, draw the rib cage down to your hips, push your lower back into the mat, gently squeeze your bum. That is an awful lot to remember, isn't it? Deep breath in. Breathe out, right elbow towards your left knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left elbow towards right knee. I'm deliberately not going to say breathe in, breathe out. The reason being, I don't want to confuse you all in case some of you are doing it with your feet down and others are doing it with their feet up. If you need to take a little rest, if it gets too much for you, just rest the legs down. How are we feeling? Are we feeling that now? A, B, C. Keep the activation. Keep your breathing. Keep concentrating. One more on each side. Once you have one more on each side done, slowly return the legs and feet to the mat. Lengthen out your legs. Arms by your sides, relax and breathe. Nearly there. Smile. Haven't said that yet, have I? Smile. So, well done. Gonna conclude with the daddy of them all, the 100. Some of you might not be familiar with this, others may, so I'll just demonstrate the 100. We'll do that and then that'll be us finished. So just a little introduction today during this video. It is kicked off. Lying on our backs. Activation is all the same. You'll hear me harp on about the activation. You can keep your feet in the mat for this. You can lift the knees to 90 degrees or the legs can be long. As long as you're activating, you're using your breaths, you're concentrating, it'll be effective for you. I'm going to demonstrate with the feet on the ground. Your head and your shoulders peel off the mat. You extend your arms by your side. As you're breathing in, you're going to move your arms up and down 5 times. As you're breathing out, you're going to move your arms up and down 5 times. And we're going to go to a count of 100. So, we've activated, head looking at the ceiling, take stress off our neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. 8, 9, 10. Okay? So, try it with the feet down, first of all. After a few, if you want to raise the feet up off the mat, knees at 90 degrees, try that. Those that have done this are familiar with it. You can extend your legs and use that. I'm not going to count out. I'm not going to say breathe in, breathe out because we're all at different stages of doing this. So once again, breathe in for 5, breathe out for 5 to a count of 100. Work at your own pace. This is the conclusion. Activate. Peel your head and shoulders up off the mat. Lengthen your arms long by your side. 3, 2, 1, start. Just whenever you're finished, slowly roll your shoulders back to the mat, roll your head back to the mat, and always come out of it nice and slowly. Well, how did that feel? So that's your 100. Breathe in for 5, breathe out for 5, to the count of 100. Well done. Listen, that was nice and basic, just a sort of little introduction. What I wanted to get across in the session today was the ABC, okay? So activation, our breathing, and our concentration. Your A, your B, and your C. There's plenty more movements in Pilates. Some of you may have done it with other coaches, some of you may have done it with me. There's plenty more out there, and we'll move on to that in the next little video. So just for today, take away from this the exercises we've done, the movements we've done, the ABC. Think of that. Keep thinking ABC. Activate, breathe, concentrate. What else does ABC stand for? Always be cheerful. Always be cheerful. Smile. Okay? So, well done. I hope you all enjoyed that. Those that are new to it, got a little taste of what it's all about. Those that have done it before, previously with me, or other coaches out there, I hope you took something from that as well. So thanks very much for tuning in. Well done, and I'll see you all again soon.